We're going to track out strong to severe storms on a scattered basis throughout this evening. When we come back, we're going to have more on storm timing and impacts ahead coming up.
Rough times for roofers, how a supply chain shortage is impacting business. Plus, pain at the pump. We go one-on-one with a gas expert who breaks down when relief could be on the way. It's the top of the hour. Fox 56 News at 7 starts right now.
Live from Lexington, our home, your news. This is Fox 56 News at 7.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Imani Payne. We begin tonight tracking potential severe weather across Kentucky. Let's head straight to Chief Meteorologist Chris Johnson with the latest. Chris.
Yes, Imani, we've been keeping a close eye on radar. That full forecast here in just a bit. Imani.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, summer is known to be a busy time for the construction industry, but many sectors within it are facing a shortage of materials. Danielle Miskell joins us now after speaking with the roofing company in Richmond about the challenge. Danielle.
Hi, Imani. Yes, today I spoke with Thomas Quality Construction in Richmond. They're a family-owned business that's been news.
Danielle, thank you. Now to what's making headlines tonight at 7. A local favorite now has a different look. This bar has been known as the Garage, but according to the owners, they were threatened with a lawsuit by a corporation that owns a restaurant with a similar name in a different city. It's now renamed the Service Station Bar and Canteen. A new study finds Kentucky has the 6th most dangerous roads in the country, with a danger rating of 8 out of 10 and a fatality rate of 17 out of 100,000. The good news, though, the state ranked in the top 10 in overall road quality. New York City is getting closer to renaming a corner of the Lower East Side Beastie Boys Square after the rap group. Supporters have been fighting for the right for about 9 years now. City Council will vote on the issue by the end of the month. President Biden offering his opinion on the results of Tuesday's primary election. San Francisco voters recalled Progressive District Attorney Chesa Boudin. In the Los Angeles mayor's race, real estate mogul Rick Caruso will face a November runoff against U.S. Representative Karen Bass. Pain at the pump. It's what everyone is talking about right now. Joining me now to discuss just that is Patrick DeHaan with GasBuddy.com. And Patrick, it seems like every day the numbers at the pump just keep jumping up. So what is your reaction to seeing this and seeing it happening so quickly?
Well, it's been a tremendous jump, not only over the last week, but over the last month. We've seen average gas prices go up 79 cents from where they were just a month ago. The national average now on the cusp of hitting $5 a gallon for the first time ever. Records being set in every state when it comes to gas prices.
And the big question, is there any relief on the way, or will we just continue to see prices increase?
Well, I think for now, there may be pockets of relief, we'll say, over the course of the summer, just depending on supply and demand and how that evolves. But I am worried that the overall relatively high prices will stick around through a majority of the summer. The other worry as well is we're progressing closer towards the peak of hurricane season, which really starts in July and lasts through September. If we see any major hurricanes affect or shut down refineries or oil production, that could cause gas prices to spike even more.
Are there any measures that people can take right now to try to save at the pump?
Well, certainly shopping around, using an app like Google or GasBuddy or Waze, but I think beyond that, the bigger savings may come by simply modifying your driving behavior, trying to slow down on the interstate and highways. Going 55 to 65 will generally boost your fuel efficiency by anywhere from 10 to 30%. That would be the equivalent of saving 50 cents to $1 a gallon.
All right, Patrick, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
And at last check, gas prices here in Lexington are sitting around $4.79. Meantime, used car prices taking a turn for the worse. Prices paid for used vehicles increased 0.7% in May. The used car market has been under pressure since last year. This due to a shortage of new car inventory as a result of ongoing supply issues. Rising inflation is making deal shoppers out of a lot more people, and more of those shoppers are going inside stores. A couple of new reports find online grocery sales in the U.S. are down year over year in April as grocery prices rise. Instead, shoppers are going to the store hoping to find better deals. The studies also found shoppers have fewer fears of the pandemic. Still much more to come on Fox 56 News at 7. As inflation woes grow, scammers are looking for a way to capitalize. Up next, we focus on the latest scam to be aware of and how to stay safe.
You're watching Fox 56 News. Our home, your news.
This week marks Medicare Fraud Prevention Week. Joining me now to talk about that and ways to stay safe is Heather Clary with the Lexington Better Business Bureau. So thank you for being here.
It's my pleasure.
So how big of a problem are Medicare scams right now?
We hear about those quite frequently from the public, especially folks who are on Medicare. It gets a little bit worse when it's open enrollment because all sorts of phone calls come out of the woodwork, and it can be very convincing and very easy for someone who is on Medicare to fall for one of these scams and part with some personal information or possibly even money.
And what are some things folks can do to stay protected?
Well, remember, first of all, that Medicare never calls you unsolicited on the phone. Anyone who calls and says they represent Medicare and you didn't ask for a call, hang up. If they're promising you extra nice durable medical equipment, for instance, that's a common one, you know, back braces, knee braces, diabetic testing equipment, and all you have to do is give your Medicare card, hang up. It's illegal for them to do that. Anything that sounds too good to be true, it's illegal for them to do that, and you just need to hang up.
And so what should people do if they might have already fallen victim to one of these scams?
Well, first, of course, you need to contact Medicare and let them know what happened. If you have parted with anything other than your Medicare number, like your Social Security number, date of birth, information like that, you may want to consider taking steps to protect your identity, which might even include things like putting a credit freeze on your credit reports, and just kind of watch for any suspicious items that come to the house. We don't want you to believe anybody on the phone who says they're going to send you equipment, because if you say no, or if you give them the number, they might send it anyway, and then Medicare is not going to pay for it, and then they'll come after you for the money. So it's just best not to engage with these people at all.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for the tips. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
And we will have a full list of tips up on our website. That's fox56news.com. Still to come, we'll focus on the positive. Straight ahead, we'll tell you about a Lexington team participating in a national competition.
And we're going to hold on to the chances for some showers and storms. Some of those storms this evening could be on the strong to severe side. We're going to track it out for you and talk about the cool down late week coming up after the break.
Tomorrow, wake up with...
Here on Fox 56 News at 7, we like to take a moment to focus on the positive. And tonight we're highlighting students with a bright future ahead. 3 students were awarded scholarships from Essity. Cheyenne Clark, Zachary Edwards, and Kendall Rowe all earned money towards the college of their choice. Essity is a leading global hygiene and health company and has given out close to $1 million in scholarship funds to local high school and college students. McKenna Sun of Lexington will travel to Alabama to participate in the Distinguished Young Women National Finals later this month. Sun is one of 50 representatives competing for more than $150,000 in scholarships and the opportunity to represent the program. The UK baseball team finishing the season more than a week ago. Now they're back in the community giving back to those in need. Earlier today, the team delivered more than 500 teddy bears they collected throughout the season to Kentucky Children's Hospital.
Back over to you.
All right, that's what I like to see, Chris. Thank you. Still to come, we're focusing on your health. A new COVID booster is in the works. Find out when it could be available here in the U.S. Plus, we'll tell you about a girl who won a very unique contest.
This is Fox 56 News with Imani Payne and weather with Chris Johnson.
A recent health study says cancer isn't purely genetic. A person's metabolism can also play a role. These scientists say cancers develop their own environment and introduce certain metabolites. Scientists say only 5 to 10% of cancers are passed on genetically. The U.S. may be getting a 4th vaccine option. Fox News correspondent Jonathan Seary has more on this new protein-based shot from Atlanta.
Moderna officials in Atlanta. Jonathan Seary, Fox News.
In tonight's talker, meet the newest cheese roll champion of the world, who is from North Carolina. 21-year-old NC State graduate Abby Lampy took home the big prize of a cheese wheel after winning the Cooper Hill Cheese Race. It happens every year in England. The race consists of dozens of volunteers tumbling down a hill, chasing after an 8-pound wheel of cheese. Abby says despite the bruises, she's feeling great about her win. You got to be dedicated. You got to love cheese to do something like that.
And listen, Imani, I love me some cheese, okay? But I don't think you'll find me doing that for some cheese.
No, maybe some ice cream, not cheese.
That's a different story. And listen, ice cream would have been good today, too, because it was warm and muggy out there. But the downfall, Imani, has been the rain and storm chances. In fact, we're going to hold on to those through this evening, but it gets much, much better for your Thursday. Cooler and less humid, highs in the upper 70s. before we bring in our next system for your Friday into the first part of Saturday as rain chances return.
And I'm focusing on the 90 there, that summer-like
Yeah, it's
weather.
going to heat up next week.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, that does it here for us. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be right back here tonight at 10. Have a great night.